pregnancy can be prevented. There's a reason why they promote promiscuity. And close your legs, swallow, jack, get a dildo, put a condom on. Birth control exists. Like, I don't want a female president, period. Look what feminism has done to this country.
I don't get,
Why would I want a female president?
Why not?
Look at what feminism has done to our families.
I'm gonna turn some
You
stuff
just
off.
talking about men no longer in the family. Yeah, because women are all strong and manly, feeling like they don't need a man no more.
And women are handling their business too.
How they handling their business?
There's a lot of women run companies.
How?
BET,
When they done broke down their sons and got their sons around here talking about they want to be women. The man need to be back in the home.
But why did the men leave? Because they spineless.
Well, maybe because of...
Please tell me why Pierre sounds like a bitter baby mama throughout this entire interview. This thing was like an hour long. And while I'm watching this, I'm just like, I'm literally in disbelief. So you're telling me that you really have grown men, Pierre got to be at least 50 years old with bitter baby mama talking points and was really standing on that stuff like he was 1,000% right. Shout out to this young lady, man, for standing on her square, holding her ground, and I mean just kicking his tail throughout this entire debate. When I tell you, man, like, she was crushing them from the start to the finish. And see, the thing about these individuals, these feminists and things like that is they get so emotional. Like, they allow their emotions to get the best of them. They wonder why they continue to lose debates, arguments, or anything. Like, those things start to break down real quick. They start to get in their feelings because for the overwhelming majority of them, they've been in an echo chamber for the longest. They're so used to people agreeing with them. Anytime that they get anybody that disagrees with them and has decent talking points and continues to bring stuff to the forefront, they're just like, oh my God, I've never been challenged like this before. I really do appreciate her for holding this modern day dude accountable with the mindset of a modern day woman. Shout out to her, man.
I'm voting for
she
Trump
believes
and
that
RFK.
women can't run the country.
No, they can't. Women can barely run their house.
Ooh, you hear that?
Yep.
In the comments.
Get mad about it.
In the
I don't
comments.
care. It's
Yeah,
the honest
in the
to God
comments.
truth. And
No.
I have been a woman, and I have
You have?
raised 5 children. Well, I'm still a woman.
Oh,
I've
okay.
raised 5 children, right? And I'm saying that there is if it takes a man and a woman to make a baby,
Right.
Right? Because
Okay.
women don't get pregnant on their own.
Okay.
Then obviously something should tell us that it should take a man and a woman to balance that child out, to raise that child.
Right.
That child needs half, 50-50, right?
Right, sure.
So we've messed up
Right.
somewhere along the line.
Many men have left. Many men have left.
Hold on. Let's talk about it for a minute, right? Are we blaming men for leaving?
Well,
I mean, if
reasons there
hold
are.
on, but if I'm
They
a
need to be
woman, I'm liberated by freedom of choice, right? If I don't want the baby, I get the baby, right? And I get praised for it. But if a man don't want a baby and he walk away, then all of a sudden he a deadbeat.
Ain't nobody praising nobody.
Wait a minute, hold on. No, they are.
No,
No, they are.
Where?
They're advocating for. They shouting out there.
No,
Look
they-
up Oprah Winfrey.
no, they
Shout
give you a
out
right
your.
they give you a choice.
Shout
They don't
out
praise-
your. To
Girl,
do
yeah.
what? And they paying for it. But if a man doesn't want the baby, right? Then he a deadbeater. You get to go lock him up, put him in jail, drag him every month with a child abandonment warrant. The government makes a man be responsible for the life that he creates. They shouldn't.
A man should be responsible.
If this
anyway.
all about
The government
equality.
should be
But a
responsible.
woman
You made
shouldn't.
a child.
A woman shouldn't.
What do you mean?
What
a woman
about her?
shouldn't?
She shouldn't be responsible if
Of
she
course,
makes
yeah,
a
no,
child.
you're right. And she are.
No,
Most
she gets
are.
to go. Baby, she don't want the baby. Oh, you don't want to talk about that.
What about the ones that
You don't want to talk about that.
What about the ones that go to full time
You don't
and
wanna
keep the
talk
kid
about that.
and have the kid, and she
Right.
has to raise the kid because the father left.
Right. What
So he don't
about
wanna
the
be around
father
it.
that wants the baby? Right.
I
But
know.
she decides
Right.
she gonna baby
Right,
just
right.
to
You're
be
right.
spiteful
You're
and hurt the
right.
father.
You're damn right. She
But
should
we're
go to jail.
talking about
She should go to
equality.
jail. She
We
should
should
go
go.
to jail.
But 99% of
I know, but the ones that are.
Okay, so you're using 1% to justify killing
I'm not-
99%
who says
that are just
1%?
pure. Only 1% of are from rape. Only one still.
Points that he was making versus the points that she was making. He kept trying to say that, women out here doing their thing, this, that, and the third, or whatever. He was talking about business, what she was talking about. And every point that she brought up was family. Like, when in the world is it okay for a mother or young lady or whatever to put business before family? And that's what he was trying to get him to understand. It's so crazy that we done reached this point now where you have guys out here that are literally using their bitter mothers' talking points. And again, they haven't been challenged on these things at all, pretty much the entirety of their lives. And anytime they have anybody that's going to hold them accountable and be real with them, they get upset. They start name calling. They start cursing. They start getting in their feelings. And when I tell you, this dude was fidgeting in his chair. He could not sit still. And see, here's the thing, right? If you have valid talking points, if what you are saying is making sense, then you should be able to articulate yourself and just speak the truth. Go ahead. Any fact, data, statistics that you have, go ahead and bring that thing to the forefront and let's just have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Because you invited her onto your platform, right? You invited her onto your platform. So you as the host, you should have already had stuff lined up of what you wanted to say, the stuff that you wanted to get off your chest. But again, you have one of these feminists. Anytime their stuff starts to break down, they get in their feelings and everything goes left. Are you telling me that business is more important than families? That's the question that I have. You're telling me that business is more important than a young lady having or getting with a guy, getting married, having children, building that strong foundation that you know, that's going to honestly help continue to push us forward instead of bring us back. We're fighting, or he's fighting, on the wrong side. You're fighting for the wrong things. And you, as a grown man that's over the age of 50, you couldn't get that logic through your head. It's crazy. The funniest thing about this entire thing is he got to the point when he was like, so you think that women can't run a country? And she said, yes. Most women can't even run their own household, let alone a mother freaking country. Like, what do you think this is? And when you speak or when you think about most women, you look at the children that's being raised, the little boys, you know, how everything is going right now. And again, to his point, he was like, oh, y'all eat her up down in the comments. If you go down in that comment section, they not on your side, brother. Nobody is on. What I could not find one person that was on Pierre's side throughout that entire. I tried to go through as many comments as I can. I even probably try to screenshot or something and put it up on screen. I could not find. At one point, they turned those comments off. So I actually seen this a while back, and I tried to comment down below, but they turned the comments off for a while. Now they don't turn them things on. They don't turn them back on now, but it had gotten so bad that they were getting so much pushback. They was just like, yo, turn it off. This is the last thing that I want to address before I get up out of here. I think that the last thing that she said, man, was so freaking profound. She said, listen, are we blaming those guys for leaving? Are we? I want to ask a question, right? Because if a young lady does it, she gets praised for it. And it's literally been so many different videos. One of them actually just came out like recently about two women on a podcast bragging about how many they had. Literally bragging. That content has not been taken down. In fact, you had women in their comment section agreeing and championing this type of behavior. But let a guy say, yo, I can't rock with it, man. You know what I mean? You were just a bust down. I was just trying to smash. I was not trying to have a child by you. I'm just going to step off. You know how many people want to so you're telling me you'll bash a guy for doing it, but you'll praise a woman for that's mind blowing. And I'm just gonna leave y'all with that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stop it right here because again, that right there literally just so crazy that we've gotten to that point now where you can be open, not only talk about it, but you're bragging about it on a public platform on social media. And then what comes behind that is you have other people that are praising you for that. If you decide to do it for whatever reason, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking most people, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to relive it, you know, whatever. No, they're bragging about, not only bragging about it, but they're doing it like multiple times. That's crazy. You know what? I'm going to end this video right here. Again, a huge shout out to that young lady for holding this dude, Pierre, accountable. Like, bro, when I tell you she was crushing this dude with everything that he had to say, but this is another beta simp male that probably took their talking points from a bitter baby mama or whatever. And for the longest, they have been out here in that echo chamber, and a lot of people have been championing this. And I am so glad and so thankful that this young lady held him accountable. Man, we're going to be doing this all month. For real. Anyway, y'all let me know what you guys think down in the comments, all right? Until the next time, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna, whoa.